Following the independence of South Sudan, Riek Machar was inaugurated as the first vice president to President Salva Kiir. In July 2013, the entire cabinet, including Machar, was dismissed by Kiir on the ostensible reason to decrease the size of government. However, Machar said that this was a step towards dictatorship on the part of Kiir, and that he would seek to challenge Kiir for the presidency. In December 2013, a related coup d'état was put down, while civil war ensued. At the end of September 2014, an IGAD-mediated resolution was agreed upon that would lead to the federalization of the country's governance. The transitional constitution required the election to be held by 9 July 2015, the date on which the first post-independence presidential term ends. Kiir told the War at Parliament that a lack of funds to conduct a census and complete the new constitution could result in a delay of the election. This caused doubts as to Kiir's intention to merely hold on to power and was coupled with the dismissal of the governor of Unity Taban Dengai on allegation that he would back Machar in replacing Kiir as the SPLM chairperson and therefore the party's candidate for the election, though Gai denied this. Since the coup, John Garang's son also mentioned that as the Constitutional Convention could not write a permanent constitution of South Sudan, the scheduled 2015 date for the election would not be met. Additionally, the U.S. envoy for Sudan and South Sudan, Donald Booth, held talks with the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Abednego Akok Kakwal, and the chairperson of the National Bureau of Statistics, Isaiah Chol Arwai, in order to call for sticking to the allotted date and the provision of funds to complete the necessary prerequisites. The South Sudan Parliament voted in April 2015 to amend the country's transitional 2011 constitution to extend the presidential and parliamentary term until 9 July 2018. General elections were scheduled to be held in South Sudan by 9 July 2015, the first since independence. However, in light of an alleged coup d'état attempt and continuing conflict in the country, this has been thrown into doubt, especially since no permanent constitution has been formulated. The South Sudan Parliament voted in April 2015 to amend the country's transitional 2011 constitution to extend the presidential and parliamentary term until 9 July 2018, with 264 members in favor and a handful opposing it. It was postponed again to 2021 in July 2018. Following the peace agreement that ended the civil war, a transitional period of 3 years was agreed on, which would be followed by elections in 2023. In 2022, the transitional government and opposition agreed to move it to late 2024. The long overdue election is one of the pillars of a peace agreement signed in 2018. It helped end the 2013-2018 civil war that killed nearly 400,000 people and displaced millions. Since then, the country has progressed in relative peace, with fewer incidences of conflict reported between 2018 and 2023. However, UN experts have voiced concerns about the likelihood of elections being held within agreed timelines. The election has been slated for December 2024, provided a number of issues listed in the peace agreement are addressed. These include the making of a permanent constitution and unifying command of the military. But there have been major hurdles in the way of implementing the agreement. One of them is the presence of spoilers within the South Sudanese political landscape. Spoilers, as we define them, are detractors who attempt to undermine the successful implementation of peace agreements. In our view, spoilers comprise leaders and parties who view peace as a major threat to their interests and power. They willingly risk using any means, including violence, to derail peace agreements due to feelings of exclusion or betrayal. South Sudan's elections were initially planned for 2022, and then pushed to 2023 and now 2024. These delays have been as a result of the lack of real peace. Instead, there's negative peace. A peace deal exists, but there are simmering tensions between warring factions and those left out of negotiations. This exclusion has led to the proliferation of spoilers. As we warn in our research, in this context, a more inclusive process needs to be prioritized to save the country's fragile peace and get the elections on track. So what will happen during election in South Sudan? Predicting the exact outcome of South Sudan's 2024 elections is difficult due to several uncertainties. Here's a breakdown of some key factors. Possible scenarios: successful elections. If critical decisions are made early in 2024, e.g., on a new constitution and census, there's a chance for relatively free and fair elections in December. However, this is considered unlikely by some experts. Potential delays. Delays are a real possibility. The elections have already been postponed multiple times. Preconditions like the census and constitution might be used as justifications for further delays. Security concerns. Increased fighting over resources, intercommunal clashes, and potential violence related to the elections are all possibilities. The UN has warned of disastrous consequences if the elections are not managed carefully. Other important points: first national vote. This will be the first ever national election in South Sudan since its independence in 2011. President Kiir seeks re-election. The incumbent president, Salva Kiir, has announced his intention to run again. Opposition participation. The level of participation by opposition groups remains to be seen. Their inclusion is crucial for a credible election. Overall, the 2024 elections in South Sudan are shrouded in uncertainty. The success depends on overcoming major challenges and achieving a peaceful process. With all that being said, thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on election in South Sudan? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. This is South Sudan Uncut. Until next time.